All right, let's see. Oh, okay. Mike is working really heavy. Turn it down a little bit. There we go. Awesome. So, welcome everybody to another day of streaming. I'm very excited because I had a bit of a change in schedule. I was supposed to go out for training this morning, but I basically decided not to. So now I'm here. Woo! And we are back with Suikoden 2. And it's been very interesting so far. I can't remember what I need to do here, but basically last time we just kind of we got everything started up, we got everything moving. Basically myself, the main character, and my bestie boo escaped, and after our escape we came to this little village here. But long story short, this is several years after the first Suikoden finishes. Some of the other characters are still around, and effectively we were combatants in the war effort. And being that the war is like kind of over but also kind of not, because there was a ceasefire that was then broken. The ceasefire was broken by our commander, who made it look like it was the bad guys, but it was actually the good guys, and all sorts of nasty stuff like that. So very unpleasant stuff. And essentially we barely managed to escape because our former commander was trying to kill us, but luckily we were able to make it. Oh, that's right. They were talking about the mist monster that lives up here. And so basically now I'm just trying to figure out exactly where to go next, because several places were mentioned. I guess this is something. Oh, geez. I hate getting picked out by performers. No! See, I don't want to go. Dragging me around. What? Her magnificent face and skills. Some good saps and stuff. Oh, jeez. Is that a watermelon on my head? Yay! I mean, she said to stay still, so... Gonna stay... What? Bananas?! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Wow. That's impressive. That looks like a kumquat. Those things are like that big. Incidentally, one thing that we've learned from the previous game is that basically anybody who has a portrait on their dialogue boxes is potentially recruitable for our group. The Okay, yeah. See, we're going to Highland. Okay, that's what I. I got your back with the Mist Monster. Yeah. Yes, I am a smooth talker. Oh, Bolgan. So in these games, you have a party of 6 in total, and the idea is that you're able to swap out your members as you get more and more people. Then you get more and more options for who can join up with you. The problem is that there's a lot of recruitable characters, and it's very, very difficult to know or see when we can recruit somebody. Like, essentially, we're aware that you're recruitable, maybe. The question is, when are you recruitable? A good example of this is in the last game, the blacksmiths. There were 5 blacksmiths total, and you get them kind of as a group. It was very strange. I guess we're getting some Greaves. I do think that they did some good stuff with the inventory system here. Because, frankly, the inventory system in this game is absolute steaming hot garbage. It is terrible. Just terrible. Just about the worst. I'm personally also not a big fan of the way that the equipment works. Like, just in general, I'm not a big fan of it, but we'll deal. It brings up the age-old question that I've had with this, as well as other games similar, wherein you have a remake, remaster, whatever it happens to be, where you want to maintain kind of the essence of a game, while at the same time making sure that you give it a good once-over, for lack of a better term. Now, I feel like they should have chased us a little bit more, instead of just, like, running us out the driveway. I feel they could have done a little bit better on that, but, you know, whatever. So the issue that comes up when you have all these recruitable people is every time you reach like a major milestone, or even semi halfway decent milestone, is that you need to go back and check everywhere, because there might be somebody that you can recruit now that you either couldn't recruit before for whatever reason, or that you've now or that is now available who wasn't literally present before. It drives me up the wall sometimes. Sometimes you can tell folks by like recruitable folks based off of their sprites, because they'll have very very different looking sprites compared to everyone else. They won't have like a really generic one, and that can help, but it's not always the case. Hey, look, it's Rev. Hey, Rev, good to see you. I was just talking about how I'm wandering around, basically trying to find recruitable people, because I'm not 100% sure where they all are. And so I'm just kind of wandering around guessing. You've been there, just not typing. Oh, that's fine. I hope you're doing well. Hope all is good. Hope you had a good week. I personally had a really crazy week. It was absolutely insane. I'm very glad to be here at the weekend. Okay, now I tried up here before, and there wasn't anything. Because... see, like, this person here looks suspicious. So, in the other village, there was a small child looking for, what did she say, like Geronimo or something? And I'm guessing that's a pet cat. And if we find said pet, then we'll be able to recruit her. Ooh. Oh, nice. Latest project, very exciting. So, if anybody hasn't seen the previous playthrough that I did, where I played through the first game of these, Rev was extremely helpful in terms of making sure that I got all of the folks that I was able to get. The problem now is that maybe not so familiar with them. And that means that it means that we've got to do our best here. Oh, here we go. It's time for a seduction. Huh? Is she gonna knock him out? I hope she knocks him out. Wait. No. Did... what? No. A conversation. conversation. I'm past the point that you played. Yeah, so I mentioned earlier that we had Victor and Flick from the previous game from Suikoden 1, and I'm anxious. I'm excited to see the how much of the rest of the crew ends up showing up. So we'll see what happens here. They have a unite attack called Circus Attack that feels very strange. You know, I will give them this. Like many JRPGs, the characters in this game are just plain goofy and wacky, and I'm totally here for it. So it's double damage to one enemy by using all three of these people? That seems stupid. Especially when the two of them just do it offhand. This is like having, what was it? It's the main character in Kai in the first game. Because like their unite attack just melts everything pretty much. Now I believe that we are well equipped, well leveled, and well ready for this mist monster that shows up. I do want to try and make sure that I don't miss anything. So I'm likely going to be backtracking quite a bit. We just saw a treasure chest on the other side there. So incidentally, Rev, how are you doing? How was your week? I mentioned before that mine was a bit nuts to say the least. But overall it was pretty good, I think. And also I got some fun weekend plans, so that's nice. Honestly, I was excited to do training this morning, but I just ended up not doing it. It just became something I didn't do. Mostly because I didn't have to go. And so it's like, okay, well, I don't have to. On top of that, since I had a really busy week, it just made sense for me to not go. You slow. You know what? I try my best, Rev. Managed to crochet an entire blanket in like less than a week. That is absolutely insane, Rev. You have gotten so amazingly good at all things crochet. I am legit amazed, Rev. You have no idea. I'm honestly kind of jealous because I wish I was that good at like anything. Like, I try to have hobbies, but I don't. Especially not being nearly as good at them. Guessing that this is where we fight the mist monster. Now, out of curiosity, Rev, what weight yarn did you use for that? Because I know, like, so where we live, there's a ton of like craft fairs, everybody is always like, oh my god, crafties, oh my god, it's so great, yay! It's so adorable, get all the things. There is a ton of crocheters. They all tend to use the, I don't know if it's bulky or super bulky, but it's really, really, really thick yarn. So you can make something in, like, 20 minutes, practically. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but honestly not a huge exaggeration with things. You can do a lot very quickly with these massive things. Alright, let's see here. I don't currently have any runes that I can use, I believe. So see, why would... Makes no sense. Why would I use a Unite attack that just does double damage when I could just use my Fire Rune attack that does double damage? This is very confusing. But yeah, anyway, very, very popular. Very, very everything. Everyone loves it. 4-weight and a 6mm hook. Okay. Oh, doubles damage of all three. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense at least. And I kind of figured it was something along those lines. But even so. There we go. Hooray, we did it! Go us! For those unaware, quick note about the leveling system. Every level in these games requires 1,000 XP. The way that it does is that, or the way that it works is if you're in a place fighting bad guys that are much higher level than you, you get more XP. You get a weighted amount of XP. If you go back to like a starting area and you're fighting, little baby dudes, then you'll get like 1 XP. So that's kind of how they do the thing there. Like I said, just FYI incidentally. Reset the camera. So I heard the thing beeping. Yeah, I heard the little USB disconnect. Let me see what I can do here with the what's it called? With the camera. There we go. Alright, hang on 1 second. Get my filter here. Wrecks up my shirt, but that's fine. My little green screen. As you can all clearly tell, I am quite the streamer professional. I mean, we've known this for many years. But this is when it really, really starts to shine and show. I don't trust the fact that there's plant life that way. Okay, maybe I do trust it. Wind feather ornament. That feels like equipment. The helmet. Okay. I guess we'll give it to this dude. So neither one of them can actually have headgear. And also, you can't change their armor. I'm guessing that these three are going to leave me. They're just temporary folks that are just going to be around in order to get to the Highland. Or get to Highland, whatever. Had the particle effects behind me. Yeah, totally. Oh, boom! Called it! Circus folks are... Hey, I gave you all greaves! I want those back. You better have given me those back. Okay. Alright, so now we are at a new town. And you know what this means. Why are we giving strangers our address? They're circus performers. Okay, so I guess this is like an action break section of the game. Because now we have to go and see what's what. What are you doing? I must get away from you quickly. So, as a reminder, all of this stuff was done as part of a false flag operation in order to essentially say, hey, these are the bad guys, when actually they are not the bad guys. A listless potted plant that has been vandalized. Okay, homie is looking like Sherlock Holmes up in this. What? Who are these people? Dude, that is a literal dog! Like, how can that not be a recruitable character? It is a literal dog with a monocle. Honestly, that makes me want to stop playing. Like, if I cannot recruit the dog with the monocle, then why am I even bothering playing this game? So, incidentally, we just saw the Unicorn Youth Brigade. That is the that is the group of fighters that I was part of. And we all got betrayed by our commander, captain, person in charge. Genkaku. Okay, so back here. Oh! Yeah, let's run. Boy, this place is big. There's a lot of stuff here. Professor Wolf. Oh, when he gets rich, we're gonna get my eyes fixed. All of these characters with their wonderful little background stories. It's so beautiful. They have trials and tribulations, you guys. Beautiful. Okay, well there's a unicorn. I should be allowed here because I was part of the Unicorn Brigade. Son of a bitch. They're literally talking about me. Apparently I live in a dojo, literally. Cheek guards? Pray tell, what is a cheek guard? feel like it's one of those. Well, I say modern, but they've been around for years. The baseball helmets that like wrap all the way around your jaw. Since people kept getting bashed in the face with, well, baseballs specifically. Oh, one of those things, a little thing that hangs down. I know what you're talking about. I mean, I get it. They're blaming me for what happened, but the problem is they don't know the story. I'm gonna rat you out. Bro! Bro! Dude, no. That's... I feel like this is some kind of mid-19th century French poem or something. A solitary barrel. Oh. And that's it. That's all it is. Does that mean if I find more than one barrel, it will be a grouping of barrels or something? It was rejected from the herd. It was the weakling barrel, left behind. I once called you my son, but no more. From this day forth, you are no longer an Atreides. The blood in my veins. But we didn't commit the treason. We didn't do the thing! Daddy! No! Wow. Did you see how cold that popping up of the text was? Dang. You could feel the venom in those words. That was deep, bro. Seriously though, that poor barrel, I feel sorry for it. Right, so I guess we're back here now, because I never actually went to my house, or dojo, or whatever. They said the west side of town, right? This is the west side. This feels very dojo-ish. Oh yeah, this is dojo if I ever saw one. And I've seen dojo or two. Oh, bag of rice. Seriously though, I'm sorry, but I will not be able to stop laughing at some of these one-sentence descriptions of random things I find. Oh! Yay! Yeah. I mean, this feels very like 90s, early 2000s anime. Which I think is the idea, but it's still hilarious. So I think this is my sister. Oh. Two of you. Oh. No! Yeah, basically we got framed. Dick! There's just something beautiful about the aesthetic in this game of a character getting dragged along by somebody else. It's legit beautiful. Oh, Grandpappy. Genkaku. Did we have a Genkaku in the previous game? I don't think we did. Doesn't immediately ring a bell. Oh, excuse me. But that really doesn't mean much because there's over 100 characters that you recruit in that game. No! I didn't do it! Ooh, what does she use? Does she have a 3-section staff? Family attack! I feel like we should just do normal attacks here because there's a lot of them. She does! She has a 3-section staff! That's freaking cool! So this is something I had mentioned last time when I started playing this. The main character uses tonfa, which are basically square blocks of wood with a handle protruding that you hold it like this and it covers your forearm, and you can like swing it out and all sorts of stuff, and you can like bop people. And she has a 3-section staff. So unlike a traditional like bow staff that's just, you know, a straight staff that you bash people with, it's actually broken into 3 pieces, and typically it'll be connected by chains so that you can actually swing parts around and stuff like that. It's really cool. You get to see some more. I say exotic. I mean, it's all Eastern martial arts, but some lesser known or lesser seen weapons, which is really cool. Okay, so this is the captain who's actually the bad guy. FYI, for anybody who wasn't here. No! Get your filthy paws off of me! Oh no. Please tell me the circus people save us. Why did they put us all in the same cell? I feel like that's really dumb on behalf of our jailers. Hey, it's time for some exposition. Everybody be quiet. We escaped by jumping in the river. Oh. Somebody didn't like the ceasefire. A lie can become the truth if it's never uncovered. That's honestly kind of philosophically deep a little bit. I want a job that brings in real coin. Dang. That's really all I can say. Just the entire plan and literally every bad thing that I did. Sorry, but that's the end of my exposition. Gotta love it when villains monologue. Okay, like, seriously though, I'm betting like 95-5 the circus folks are gonna save us. Oh. Or is this lady gonna save us? Is she gonna recognize one of us? I don't remember her, but that doesn't mean much. I won't let this stand. Not on my life. Yeah, he hasn't long died. Now, remember, the problem that we're going to run into here is I have no idea where, how, or when specific things need to be said in order to recruit people. Why are they beating us first? Come on, talk about insult to injury, Jesus. Oh, yeah. Come on, circus people. Oh, even better, it's Flick! Yeah, boy! Oh, it's Flicker! Order! So, see, this is a game where there are a lot of false choices, and you may be able to, what's it called? You might possibly, theoretically, maybe be able to answer, like, in kind of a sarcastic, goofy kind of way. But also you may have a forced choice. The problem is you can't always know when is which. Wait, how did she escape? What the fudge? Golden Bird Holy Flower Dragon Tooth Glory Punch. GBHFDTGP. I feel like that means something. She just ran right past us. Yeah. She was faking. I guess we're good. Now, when it comes to your formation, you have short, medium, long. Short has to be in the front lines. Long has to be in the front lines in order for them, or long has to be in the rear lines in order for them to be able to attack normally. But somebody who is a medium is able to switch between them. So we just got to make sure that the short folks or the short aspect folks are in front. Dang, girl! How come you couldn't do that in the fight earlier? Like, we were fighting against, what was it, like 6 or 7 bad guys? I'm just saying, Rev, we gotta find a publisher to fund us. We are going to make the Suikoden 2, the Suikoden 2 book of single line item poetry. Barrel filled with staves. Our book will be titled A Solitary Barrel. And it will sell amazingly well. Everyone will want a piece of it. Okay, so now I've got Flick and Victor on my side. I'm guessing it's only temporary because they're like level 20 something. So I can't imagine that they're going to be staying with us for the long run here. Okay, can I fight this guy now? No, I just want to fight that guy. Well, at least let me talk to this person. I mean, I don't particularly know why I'd want to hang out in that house specifically, but whatever. So one thing that we end up doing, or that we may end up doing, I'm not sure if it'll happen in this game, I assume it will, is that at some point we get kind of a, oh shoot, am I really stuck behind the dog? Oh, there we go. We get a kind of central fortress base that we get to expand and work with and move around in and do all sorts of stuff. And I'm hoping that we get that soon. Obviously no idea when or even if it's actually going to happen, but we shall see. For the time being, let's head back to my house. Blue Dragon Sword. Yeah, see, I'm telling you. Full book. Suikoden 2 poetry. Empty pot. Broom for sweeping up the area. You can have an audiobook read by... Would be good to read our audiobook of Suikoden 2 poetry. I mean, the obvious thought is Morgan Freeman, but I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna come back. I hope we do. Are they at least gonna let me fight a little bit with Flick and Victor? I want to see them just, like, tear bad guys limb from limb. So I know there's a mountain pass thing up there. I just wanted to see if there's any other wackiness. Hooray! Oh, jeez. Yeah, there's no way that they're gonna let me keep Flick and Victor for very long. It's just not gonna happen. Incidentally, I'm really... Oh, okay. There we go. I was about to say, I can't believe that the main character and my sister don't have some kind of a unite attack. And they do, I just didn't see it. Incidentally, I do really like that. At least so far, the unite attacks are much more obvious. Because previously in the first game, they were kind of obtuse, I guess is a nice way of putting it. Well, can I fight them? I should be able to fight them, right? Like, what? Where am I supposed to go? All of my poetry. Uh-huh. Let's do... So we saved her, we got her. But now... I guess we go back the way we came? You know, this is kind of the double-edged sword, metaphorically, of especially older school RPGs, where nowadays, you know, you've got Skyrim and the like Fallout series, all of these types of things that directly point you to your objective, and it's like, hey, go here. But in older games, especially ones like this, even in like Morrowind, I believe, Oblivion may have done it too, the Elder Scrolls games, you don't get nearly as much hand-holding in terms of, here's your map, go to place. And in a big way, I like that. I think it's cool. The problem is, in a case like this, when, at least not that I saw, anything was explicitly stated as far as go to this place. Because if I had been told, go to Toto or whatever, which is an actual town that I was in, then it's like, okay, cool, I know where I need to be. But now, not so much. So in the meantime, I'm just sitting here beating the snot out of little adorable bunnies who are just trying to sell us their blacksmithing wares, I assume. Oh, and also banditos. You know, I mentioned earlier about the dog with a monocle. Something I've been watching lately, I had never seen it, is BoJack Horseman. If you guys are unfamiliar, very, I guess off-color is a nice way to put it. It's a bit of a downer type show, but it's pretty funny. It's got the main character is voiced by Will Arnett, who also did Lego Batman. I think is probably what he's most known for. If you haven't seen Arrested Development, or well, all the other stuff he's been in, but that's beside the point. It's just kind of reminiscent in the sense of there's just random characters that are straight up animals, and it's just like whatever. Like the titular character, BoJack Horseman, is a horse. Hey, look at that. Okay. Uh-oh. Busted. Glad I picked the right direction. No idea what I'm supposed to do. I'm just guesstimating at this point. And it looks like Rev abandoned us. What are those? It looks like if somebody tried to unsuccessfully genetically engineer a chocobo. And I know something about genetically engineering chocobos. I played all the Final Fantasies up to 11. And then I was like, whatever. Seriously, aren't they at like 17 at this point? Like, give it a rest, guys. It's fine. The fantasy has been finalized. Okay. See, that's the type of person that I hate in this game, where you've got your little portrait, you seem intriguing, you're standing there being all mopey like some D&D character ready to introduce themselves after the party just lost their, you know, main DPS. But still, annoying. A defective urn? Wow. Octopus pot. That's fun. Where's your prize and appraiser? Who are you, like, hiding in the shadows? And I don't care what anybody says, I am still highly suspicious of the character from the first game who was just sitting around having a drink in the middle of like a bombed out wackadoodle place. It was... I don't understand it. I'm just saying. You know, call me crazy, but it makes no sense. I do not approve. I feel that this should not be overlooked. I sell my defective urn. What do you think a defective urn even is? Like, does it just not work? Does it have a hole in it? Does it look more like a vase? I don't get it. So let's try going back this way again. I like to play house. Knights and bandits! Oh, so sus. Okay, but now we got Flick and Victor, right? But Flick and Victor just let us through! Or managed to let us through. I have no idea where to go. I have not but a clue. And we're over time. Let me at least try to get to a, like a good milestone stopping point, right? So lately I've been thinking a lot like a project and a program manager. You know, we've got to have our milestones, we've got to have our KPIs. You know, we got to make sure that we're showing actual value to our stakeholders. Our stakeholders being Rev. But that's beside the point. And also, if other folks watch later on, which I hope they do. Sometimes wins. Point is, we've got to reach a good stopping point. And this ain't a good stopping point. I should be able to go in here because now I've got Victor and Flick. Okay, come on. A place that is called a fortress has to become my base of operations, right? Ha! Scrounge up new recruits. You know what I'm genuinely curious about, though, primarily? Oh, dang. I am genuinely primarily curious if and whether, or if and when I will see my previous main character from the first game. Because the whole shtick was that I brought in my my saved game, or my saved info. Okay, see, the problem that I'm seeing now is if you have to equip medicine, then that's the only way that you can use said medicine. And if the only way you can use said medicine is by having it equipped, then you always need it in a slot. Previously, you could just have the medicine in the bag, and it would work. You'd be able to just, you know, give it to people in battle. So here, let me see if I can find Flick and... Well, there's Victor, at least. So he did use the magic words. Like, Victor used the magic words of go and recruit, or help us recruit, you know, along that vicinity. So I feel like maybe we'll be able to do that now. But let me try two things. Okay, that horse looks legitimately evil. It's got blue glowing eyes. That is an evil horse if I have ever seen one. Not Empty Barrel the cat. How do you entice a cat? Do I have any fish? Because again, there's a child. I assume she's looking for a cat. Spoilers? I don't think I want spoilers for this. I'm giving her all she's got. Doggy. Follow the doggy. Seriously, I have a kobold in my party, and yet there's just, like, a random dog. So let's try this. Let's exit and re-enter. I still think this is a good place to stop because we've reached a nice, I guess, consensus, for lack of a better term. Oh, we can go downstairs. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, so we've got the vault / warehouse. Alright, we can rest. Incidentally, one of the things that I do love is that with the resting mechanic, it allows you to rest and save simultaneously. Before, you had to do those two things separately, which just feels stupid. But I'm really glad that they've coupled it together now. It's just one of those cool, nice, easy things. I'm guessing that Nanami is going to be sticking with us for a while, so I'll keep her stuff up. Okay, so we can't attach anything else. I believe that there's still a type of character that we've not found, or a type of vendor that we've not found. Because last time there was a we saw one in town. It's the official crystal ball person. So let's go ahead and save here, because I think this is a good stopping point. I think this is good. So that said, I hope that you all enjoyed. I know that we're getting off to a slightly slow start, but we're making good progress. I believe this is going to become our base. We're going to have the mercenary fortress here. And hopefully next time we'll be able to start really recruiting some folks. The question is, what exactly are we going to need to do? That's going to be the big question. That said, I believe next Saturday I'll be able to play, so hopefully we'll see you then. If not, then I will let folks know. I'll keep tracking the Discord and everything. But everybody stay safe, be well, have a good and a happy weekend as well as upcoming week. And yeah, thanks so much for watching as always. So bye-bye.